Hey guys, 7 WWE Rocks here. Welcome to Saturday Night's Kickout, episode 16. Finally, after like 3 weeks, it's actually Saturday and it's actually nighttime, so happy for that. But basically, before I get into all the topics of today's video, as I'll cover, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, and more. I just wanted to point out, basically, maybe some of you have realized I haven't done a thank you video for 200 subscribers, and I hope you don't think bad of me, but I really do want to make a thank you video for 200 subscribers, but I'm just a little nervous because I'm at 203 right now, and not constantly, but I lose subscribers every once in a while, and I just don't want to go under 200 and have made a thank you 200 subscribers video. So that is the only reason why I haven't made a thank you video, and I do apologize for that. But yeah, I just can't thank you guys enough for 200 subscribers. I love making videos, and it's just so much fun to do. But we're gonna get right into this. So basically, Hell in a Cell was, of course, last Sunday, and I'm just gonna give a little recap, not go through every match, but starting off, we had Ziggler versus Cesaro, 2 out of 3 falls, which Ziggler won 2 falls without Cesaro even picking up one. I thought this made the Intercontinental Championship and the whole Dolph Ziggler force look really good. I really thought that it made him look good, but I'm disappointed. I just have no idea where they're going with Cesaro. But apparently the WWE is mad at him because he said in a recent interview that he was tired of seeing Cena versus Orton for the 500th time. So apparently that's why he got beaten up pretty badly by Dean Ambrose on Raw, and that's why he got 2-0 loss in Hell in a Cell. So that really does suck. I hate when WWE has to take it out on people just because he was stating an opinion. And I just think sometimes it's stupid, but I guess sometimes they have to make examples out of them. But, Triple H, he was made an example when they did the infamous curtain call with Nash, Hall, Shawn Michaels. He was, put in the doghouse, and now look at him. He's freaking Triple H, the game. So I'm not really too worried about Cesaro, but I just wish they would put him in a better direction. Moving on, Cena versus Orton, Hell in a Cell. Decent Hell in a Cell match. It was a lot better than what I expected it to be, but it wasn't the best Hell in a Cell match by a long shot. And it was just at this point, who cares with Cena versus Orton. Moving on, Rollins versus Ambrose. Now, this was a dang good Hell in a Cell match. Basically, we had Bray Wyatt make his return. I liked it. I was kind of happy he returned in such a big way. I know a lot of people were pissed that Ambrose got the loss and Rollins got the cheap win, but I was like, wait till Monday. I kept telling people wait till Monday and then give your opinion on it. Monday comes along and they did pretty much nothing with the storyline of Ambrose versus Bray. Bray just did a promo in backstage and just left, and that was it. So I'm pretty disappointed in what they're doing with it now. I thought it was going to be full force, Ambrose just trying to find Bray, beat the crap out of him, but it was kind of weak. But yeah, Hell in a Cell match was awesome, but just the ending I thought was good. Some people hated, but I just was waiting for Raw, and then when it really nothing came about, I'm pretty disappointed. But I think the feud will do great. I think at Survivor Series they'll have a good match, and hopefully it's not just a regular feud with Ambrose. Hopefully it means something, and Bray and him can really tear down the freaking house. But we'll see what happens. Moving on to Raw. Raw it's just been pretty boring as of late. It's really fun. It's really hard for me to start liking it and started getting into it. I just feel like it's the same old. Like, Usos and the Rhodes brothers are always throwing into random 6-man tags, and Dolph Ziggler's throwing in randomly. Cesaro's just doing random stuff. I just feel like their best guys really aren't doing anything, and we've seen the same exact people in the main event, like Cena, like Rollins. I like Rollins, but enough is enough. Sometimes come on. Orton, he's always in the main event. Kane's always in the main event. He's always got to ruin every match, and I just think it's so stupid when they do that. Sorry, I just got a text. I apologize. But just feel like it's just getting really hard to watch it now. And I don't know. I really wish it would pick up. And some of the feuds that they're doing, it's just like, who cares? And I'm going to get into it right away. So I'll talk about Orton and Rollins' segment starting off Raw later. But that is what the segment that started off Raw. But so don't get confused. But basically, I'm going to start off with Henry turning on Big Show. Once again, who cares? We've already seen this feud. it wasn't even that good to begin with. It had its moments, like Big Show and him breaking the ring, Big Show doing the elbow drop, and but it was mostly about Dan O'Brien because he cashed in. But this feud, I could care less about. I don't get why they're doing it, and Henry, you turn on Big Show, gave him some World Strongest Slams. Who gives a crap? Moving on, we had Ryback return. Bo Dallas basically challenged. I think it was an open challenge, I believe. Ryback came out, and it's good to see him as a face again. I am pretty happy about that, and I'm just glad that he's the big face now, and he's not just randomly in tag with Curtis Axel, and or just a heel in general. I honestly like him better as a face. But I'm glad that he's there, and hopefully he can get thrown in the main event. Hopefully he can get better at his wrestling skills and become a world title contender. I would really like to see that. Next, we had Randy Orton moving. This is what the segment that opened Raw. We basically had the Authority butting heads, yes, with each other. Orton was pissed that Rollins curb stomped him, and he was even blaming Rollins for his loss at Hell in a Cell against Cena because the curb stomp affected him later, so he wasn't able to fight at 100%. Basically, we have Authority. Triple H is trying to calm everybody down. He's trying to just hold, keep everyone at bay and not anyone get mad at each other because they're still a group. And Orton looked like he was gonna cooperate and say, "Okay, I'll do this." Shoved Triple H out of the way and RKO'd Rollins and just slid out of the ring like the Viper he is. And I thought that was awesome. It wasn't really the face. It's not really a face turn as of right now. It's not a 100% face turn, and I could still see him being on Team Authority for the Survivor Series match, but I'll get into that a little later. But I still think he's going to turn face at one point and go have a feud with Rollins. Now, basically, it was Team Cena. Triple H asked Cena to join Team Authority at Survivor Series. Or, no, I'm sorry, he just told him to join Team Authority. And Cena, of course, as usual, said no. So now it's going to be Team Cena versus Team Authority at Survivor Series, which I think will be pretty sweet, to be honest. But Austin Smith, he on Twitter, he asked me because I wanted to know what you guys wanted me to talk about on tonight's episode. And Austin Smith, he let me know he wanted me to talk about who I see on Team Authority and Team Cena. So I'm going to get into my list. So, yeah, if you want a shout-out or any sorts, I don't know what my channel's going to do much for you with the shout-out. But if you want me to shout you out, just let me know what you want me to talk about, and I definitely will let you know who you are. So thank you, Austin Smith, for letting me know and for asking me to do this. So I made Team Cena is, of course, Cena. I'm going to have Ziggler still be on there. This is kind of a stretch because I just said earlier in the show I don't see him being on Team Cena. I even see him being on Team Authority, but this is a stretch. But let's go with Orton because I just feel like maybe at one point Orton's going to be like, I hate Cena, but we have the same enemy and it's the Authority, so I'm going to coexist with them. Maybe he even screws them. But so it's Cena, Ziggler, Orton, and I have the Usos because I always feel like they're just randomly thrown into these big tag matches. I have the regular 5-on-5, so if it's a 4-on-4, I don't know. I'm just going to keep it 5-on-5. For Team Authority, I have Kane, Seth Rollins, of course, Cesaro because he'll be feuding with Ziggler, I'm sure, and I got the Rhodes brothers as the tag team champions. So, this is just a list I threw together pretty quickly. I didn't have that much thought into it. The people that are on Team Authority are going to be in feud. The individual people, like guys that aren't technically in the Authority, like Cesaro, like the Rhodes brothers, I just feel like whoever they're with, they're going to be feuding with the other team. So might as well put people they've feuded with. So maybe Ryback will join Team Cena. I would like to see that. That'd be pretty cool. I honestly just thought about that. But moving on to NXT, I'm not going to get too much into it, but Hideo Itami, he needs help. He said that he's tired of getting on these 2-on-1 attacks and getting beaten up by the Ascension. Hideo Itami being Kenta, of course. He needs help. He needs a partner, and he's bringing a friend to NXT next week. Now, I don't know if it's really a spoiler because it seems like everyone knows, but if you don't want to know who his partner is, just mute the first few seconds of this video or the next minute of this video. But bringing Prince Devitt, a.k.a. Finn Balor. Now, this is going to be really cool. I'm really excited to see them fight, and I'm just glad Prince Devitt is finally here. And, his character, Finn Balor, I just want to see how it is, see if it's like him. I really want him to use some of his airbrush makeup and stuff to wrestle, but as of now, he hasn't done that for the NXT tapings. But I'm excited to see an Ascension versus Hideo Itami Finn Balor match. But Excuse me. I'm really excited for that. Moving on, we had Sami Zayn beat Titus O'Neil in a really disappointed with this week's NXT. I just thought it was boring, and I think NXT has way too many squash matches. I don't see how that helps anybody, really. Even the guy that's doing the squashing, yes, it makes him look good, but if he's not like Baron Corbin, he literally got into a hole with the guy. They always literally just grabbed him and did his finisher. No punches, no kicks to even set it up. Literally grapple, pulled the guy in, and hit the finisher. I don't get how that helps you. I don't get how that's supposed to craft your wrestling technique. I'm disappointed with that. But yeah, sure, it makes him look good, but he's just gonna keep doing this. So who even cares at this point? But Sami Zayn got the win on Titus O'Neil. I was disappointed because Sami Zayn lost to Titus O'Neil already. So now all of a sudden he just beat him right out. I didn't really like that, but I honestly don't think Sami Zayn should have even lost because we all know he's going to challenge Adrian Neville for the title. So I don't think he should have lost to Titus O'Neil. I think Titus O'Neil should have beaten somebody else and then got his title shot against Adrian Neville because I just think having Zayn lose at this point was kind of stupid because he's going for the championship. It just made it like, all right, Titus O'Neil has one, Zayn has one. Shouldn't they have another match? And I don't think they even do, but that's just what I think. Moving on, this is NXT news, but it didn't happen on NXT, of course. But it was released that Kevin Steen, his name will be Kevin Owens. I made a video of it. Basically, Kevin Owens, I do like the name. I really do. And I just think, yes, it's not Steen. We'll never forget Kevin Steen. It's they're trying to maybe even get rid of like his accomplishments in his past, but it's Kevin Steen. He could have a crappy gimmick. He could have Adam Rose's gimmick, and he would still get over because he's Kevin Steen. Kevin Owens, I like his son, of course, being named Owen, named after Owen Hart, and the name has meaning to him, and I think he's happy with it. And I'm guessing he picked it. I mean, I don't see how he couldn't have. But I like the name, and I'm just really excited to see him in NXT, which I think he will debut on the December edition. He might have a match even because that's what Baron Corbin did instead of having him come out and beat up somebody they had. Kind of makes me think instead of my ideal, this is just me dreaming basically. I want him to come out at the main event and maybe beat up Sami Zayn, but that's just because the history of Zayn and Steen, as of course Kevin Steen and El Generico. So I could see him having just a random match and just basically beating the crap out of somebody to get the fans that aren't familiar with him knowing him, but I still want him to debut at the end of the show and beat somebody up and show that he wants the title and he wants it now. So that's just a freaking dream right now at this point. But moving on, I would usually move on to TNA, but my buddy on Twitter, he told me to go check out Lucha Underground. That was on, he literally tweeted it to me, and it was on as he tweeted it to me. And so I wasn't able to catch the first match. I caught the very ending of it, which had Chavo Guerrero tapping. But it's Lucha Underground, which is just a 1-hour show, and it's right before TNA. And it was good. I liked it. Well, some stuff I didn't because I really like how they do the backstage segments. It's and it has this intense music in the background, and it seems like they're trying to act, but it's not like the WWE guys, where some of them really can't act at all. It was like showed that even if they can't act, it kind of showed their strengths, so it looked like they were like doing really good. But I really like the backstage segment, just how it feels like a movie and stuff, and I thought that was really cool. But we had the main event, which was Johnny Mundo, a.k.a. John Morrison, who they were saying hadn't wrestled in 3 years, versus Prince Puma, who is Ricochet. Yes, Battle of Los Angeles 2014 winner Ricochet. And in a really good match, the only thing I really hated about the show was there was 3 matches. They were not very long. The commercials just were too many commercials. I really hated that. It was Vampiro and Matt Striker on commentary. I think it was Vampiro. I could be wrong. But it was him and Matt Striker on commentary. John Morrison and Ricochet, they did really good. I liked that main event, but it was all stuff I had seen before, so I was kind of waiting for something to be like, whoa, I've never seen that before. But I'm glad it's more wrestling on a Wednesday night, and it doesn't, coincide time slot, so I don't have to worry about, I want to keep switching back and forth. No, it's good. It's some good wrestling, and I get to see some new guys, like some guys I don't get to see much on TV, maybe like Brian Cage, John Morrison, Ricochet. It gives them a TV slot. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm just glad that I get to see them on TV. Moving on, now I'm going to finally switch over to TNA Impact. James Storm is trying to get Davey Richards into his new X Division group, and I do think it's a good idea. Well, not because I'm basically just going to say I'm wrong, but I think it's a good idea that they're trying to do this, and I don't think it's going to hopefully lead into the Woes breaking up, because I don't think the World should break up. If they already bring them in, have them win the tag team championship, and then only 2 reigns, I really don't. The first reign was like 2 weeks, but they're into their second reign as tag team champs. I really don't want them to break them up now, because I think they should continue just dominating the tag division. Maybe wrestle as singles guys without breaking up, but still be as a tag team. And then when they finally do break up, I think they should have a huge feud together that should main event a pay-per-view, maybe even Bound for Glory, because Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards are just freaking that dang good. But yeah, so I really hope Davey doesn't join James Storm's group, because I just don't want to see the Wolves break up. But yeah, a lot of people have been saying this is James Storm's best character and this is his best work and stuff. I really don't really see the big deal about it. I honestly don't think this was his best stuff. I think his classic America's Most Wanted heel tactics when they broke up when he was still a heel, I think that was some of his best work. Beer Money, when he did his feud with Kurt Angle, I don't know. I don't really think his promos are that good. If people compare him to Bray Wyatt, no, I'm not saying he's copying Bray Wyatt. I hate anything where people say TNA's copying WWE, WWE's copying TNA. I could care. I hate stuff like that. I don't think he's copying Bray Wyatt. I don't think Bray Wyatt's copying him. I hate any stuff like that, but I just don't think it's his best work by a long shot. I just think some of his promos are good, but it's like, well, I want to see the guy's wrestling skills. I don't want to just see all promos. Now, you can argue that Bray Wyatt does that. He's just all promos and not really that great a wrestler, but his matches are really good, and just how he adds his character to it is really good. But James Storm, I feel like, yeah, he's dark and he can beat the crap out of people. I want to see his character really morph into the ring. Maybe like smash beer bottles over his head or do some crazy ritual or something in the ring. I would like to see that. But as his best work, nah, I don't really think so. But let me know what you think. Do you like James Storm's new character where he's like they aren't saying he's an alcoholic, but they're saying like he's he's not demonic either, but he's just a heel, and he's talking, he's getting into these people's heads, and he's twisting his words to make them join his side, which I do like the character, but I'm not saying it's his best work. But moving on, we had tag team tournament, and it's the Samoa Joe and Loki. They moved on, and the Hardys got the win against EC3 and Tyrus Brodus Clay. But man, I wasn't expecting the Hardys to win, because I just feel like after that tag team whole thing with the Wolves, I don't think they should be back in the title picture, to be honest. But I was really surprised, because I thought it was going to be a face team, Loki and Samoa Joe, versus a heel team, EC3 and Tyrus. But no, it's going to be the Hardys. And basically, EC3 got really angry at Tyrus because he got pinned. And I don't know what he was doing, but he was really bad at the end. Basically, Matt got him in the twist of fate, and when he did the twist fate, you know how he just lands like that, he made it into a swinging neck breaker like Brodus. I don't know why, but he spun way too far, so it was like, how do you mess up that move? And then he rolled on his back, and Hardy went for a swanton, and so he's still on his back. So Jeff thought he was just going to jump up and he was going to land on his back, but at the wrong time, Matt pushed him over. So sorry if you don't get what I'm saying, but Matt pushed him over so he'd be laying on his back, but Jeff jumped up at the same time. So Jeff pretty much almost hit Matt, and it just looked really bad. And it was like, I don't get how Brodus Clay messed up that, but yeah, maybe that shows that he's not what TNA is making him out to be. But yeah, EC3 got pissed at him. Then on Twitter he's saying he's fine now, but I just wish they would just stay with one bodyguard. EC3's had like 5 different bodyguards or friends that help him out during matches. We had Rhino, we've had Snitsky and Big Ezekiel Jackson, we had Rockstar Spud. They just need to keep him with somebody, and it looks like Brodus Clay and him are already having problems, so that I really don't like. But it's gonna be some Hardy's for the #1 contendership to the Tag Team Championship, so we know that's going to be good. Moving on, we had Roode and Bobby Lashley. Yes, Bobby Roode and Bobby Lashley fought for the TNA Championship with Kurt Angle as the ref. Now, this match, I thought their first one was better, to be honest, but the second half of the match really picked up. Like when Kurt Angle ended up getting speared, and then Bobby Lashley went to spear Roode on the outside. Roode pushed him away, and Lashley speared one of the TNA crew guys, and that was awesome. I thought the first match was a lot better, and then the finish came, which was probably the most disappointing finish I've ever seen for a title match. Bobby Roode, yes, he picked up the win, which was awesome. I'm just really glad Bobby Roode is the champion right now. But the finish was probably the worst thing I've seen in a long time. Basically, Roode went for the Roode bomb, had him up in the fireman's carry. Bobby Lashley slid down his back, went to pin him as a backslide. But Roode did not go down. He kept his legs up, and then he literally sat on Lashley, grabbed his legs, and pinned him right there. In just a quick pin, which I thought, you got Lashley, who has had the title for 4 months, beating everybody in his path, just made him look like basically the Brock Lesnar of TNA. Made him look like such a monster, and he loses with a quick little roll-up. I was so pissed. It made me think of wow, after all this, at 4 months, and you have Bobby Roode win it, which was awesome. It should have been at Bound for Glory, or it should have been their first match. I don't get how his first match he loses. In the second match, he needs Kurt Angle's help. He basically does, because Kurt Angle's the ref, so Bobby Lashley's going to come back and say, oh, Kurt Angle was helping you, blah, blah, blah. And the other thing I hated, after Roode had the belt, he was crying and stuff. He was so happy. Not crying, but he looked like his tears were coming out, and he was real excited. Mike Tenay said, don't forget he has his rematch clause. They're already saying Lashley has a rematch clause, which I really don't like. So we're going to see for a third time. The fallout will be next week. I'm not saying the match will be next week, but the fallout will be. But I just think he should have his moment. They shouldn't say that, oh, he's already got his rematch, because you're already thinking about that. But I thought it was one of the worst TNA finishes in a really long time. I just thought that they do way too many quick roll-ups at the end, which I just think totally ruins the match. Glad Bobby Roode's the champion, just he won it in such a bad way. It should have happened at Bound for Glory with a real finish, or it should have just happened the first time they fought. But that's just me. And moving on to match of the week. We're getting close to the end of the show. Match of the week. Got to go with Ambrose versus Rollins, Hell in a Cell at Hell in a Cell. So, yeah, easily that was the best. Them falling off the side of the cage onto the announcement tables was awesome. Love the moment. Yes, the finish was kind of sucked, but I just thought it was such a good match. Now, moving on to the final segment, the kick-out segment, where I talk about all the positives in wrestling. Excuse me. Basically, started off, man, we had that great Hell in a Cell match. That was freaking awesome. I love that Hell in a Cell match. So good. And, yeah, the finish sucked, but once again, it was such a good match. And to get them to fall off the side of the cage through the announcement tables, that's something we don't get to see in the PG era in WWE. So that was awesome. Excuse me. WWE 2K15 came out for you Xbox 360s and PS3 users. The next-gen consoles, you don't have that too long to wait. I think it's 17 days or 14. It's 14 days or something like that. I think it's 17. But you don't have that long to wait. And that's always exciting. A new video game coming out. Lucha Underground debuted, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Yes, too many commercials. But it's something new to watch. If you want to see Brian Cage, you want to see John Morrison or Ricochet, but you can't see them on TV. You can't go to a live event with them. Go on and just watch that for an hour. It's just a fun wrestling show for an hour. Nothing to take too seriously. But TNA, you have Bobby Roode is finally the new TNA champion. It's always good with Bobby Roode. I'm glad he's gonna have a face run with the title, because he was the longest reigning TNA World Heavyweight Champion. That was when he was as a heel. Now we have somebody to cheer for. Hopefully his reign is pretty long, but I could always see him getting screwed. But Bobby Roode's a new TNA champion. That's awesome. And the network for the entire month of November is free, so you have that. If you want to just check out the network, yeah, get it for free. I mean, you have this whole month to watch it free, and that's awesome. And Survivor Series coming up, so you'll get that for free if you join, and no more 6-month commitments. If you want to sign up for the network, you don't like it after a month or two, you can just opt out. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait 6 months to finally opt out of your contract. So that's always good. And yeah, we had a good WWE pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. And Raw was okay, but I feel like the Ambrose and Bray feud, when it finally gets rolling, is gonna blow us out of the water. So I'm really excited about that. But thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please tell your friends about this channel. Tell anyone you know about this channel. I want to get way past 203 subscribers so I can finally make that thank you video. Just to thank you guys so much, because I honestly can make any video. Yes, like a few days ago I made that, just me telling a story, and a lot of people really liked it. So I was really surprised. I feel like I can make any type of video and you guys will watch it and like it. So I just really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter at 7WWE-Rocks as always. Thank you guys for watching. It's November, and the holidays are coming around. Remember, Black November sale on Shop TNA. Go check out some of that sale. And, yeah, thank you for watching, guys. And as always, have a nice day. Have a great weekend. Thank you.